he'll be going to the Cleveland Browns because no way in hell we're going to steal that pick from them. They might not win a game this year. So we should be picking like second or third. I think it's going to be Deshaun Watson, but a lot of time for that to develop and all that.
Well, should we talk about some positives possibly from this game?
Was there a positive? I don't remember.
Let's talk about this. The Brian Hoyer, Jay Cutler situation that is currently going on. This thing. Who do you start? Because Cutler's thumb injury that was supposedly day-to-day to start with, not day-to-day at all. He's been out.
Well,
that's John Fox to a T.
Exactly.
Just basically lying through his teeth about injuries.
He's basically Two-Face from Batman.
He's Two-Face.
He flips a coin.
And I'm Batman.
Actually, Jay Cutler's Batman.
I hope he is for the Bears' sake. I'd like to win a game. I would really like to see the Bears beat the Packers somehow this Thursday night. Yeah, you laugh.
Good luck with that.
At my current place of work, we do a steak feed. So you're going to love this.
It's a steak feed.
All right, let me tell you. So I live in Iron River, Michigan, which is in the UP. And all the local guys come to I work at a camp. They come to our camp, and we put on the Bears-Packers game every year. Put on the Bears-Packers game, and we cook them steak. And we just eat steak and watch the Bears-Packers game together.
I thought Packers fans ate their meat raw because they're animals.
They don't. I could suggest that to our cook, but
next time, just bring them some raw steaks and see if they eat it.
Have at it. Well,
just have at it, guys.
It's on Thursday. I'll let you know how it goes.
Please.
Well, depending on the status of the Cubs game, I might just dip out of there a little early and watch the Cubs instead of watching the Bears. So
probably the smarter choice.
Yeah.
I have a prediction for this game that doesn't have to do with the score. I think this is going to be maybe the lowest rated Thursday night football game maybe of all time. I don't think there's any excitement for the Brian Hoyer Bears right now.
Yeah, there's really not.
Not in Chicago, not anywhere. No one cares about the Bears.
I was able to find a bar. There's a local bar. I mean, I can't watch the Bears. I mean, I'm in Packer and Detroit territory, and
it's a terrible spot to be in.
It is. And I walked into a local bar, and literally I told them to put the Bears game on, and everyone at the bar looked at me.
Just laughed you out of the bar.
Just shot me a look, and some guy actually offered to buy me a beer to help me through my misery. And the Bears were winning at that time. And I actually left before the Bears blew it, so it's probably my fault.
Yeah, probably is your fault.
It's all my fault.
Here's a little thing about the Bears that, if you aren't already, in the loony bin because of this team, you're about to be. They've had 5 leads this year, 5 at halftime, and they're 1-5.
Yeah, that's second half Bears just doing it.
Second half Bears, and I attribute that to John Fox not knowing how to adjust to save his life, to save his job. I'll say that.
Save his job. So Is he getting canned at the end of the season, or
no? He won't get canned because our organization has a big problem at the top, and John Fox will use the injury excuse to give himself another season, and it'll just delay the inevitable of him getting fired 2 years from now.
I believe
that's honestly, I hope you guys bookmark this spot right here, because that's probably what's going to happen to John Fox. He's not a good coach.
You heard it here first. John Fox is not a good coach.
Yeah.
You know who's a great coach?
I don't know.
Neither do I, because Fred Hoiberg isn't a good coach. That's for sure.
I was gonna say, if this is a Bulls transition, I don't know where you're going with this.
Hoiberg is not a good coach, but we can get that some other time. But are you ready for some?
They had a good practice.
They practice hard.
Mark Trestman 2.0.
Well, you ready for the hot gossip? Tony Snell trade.
Hot gossip.
That's
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I was ready for this one.
Your man Tony Snell.
I loved him, and now he's gone.
Now he's gone, unfortunately.
Now he's gone.
Actually,
forever.
Not unfortunate at all for me. I'm the biggest Tony Snell hater that there's ever been.
Well, objectively, yes, Tony Snell is pure NBA garbage.
He's gonna start. He's gonna start for the Bucks. He's gonna be their starting two guard. He's gonna be their starting two guard, Blake.
Wow, that's telling you something.
It really is. For those
is that why they made the trade? Is that
no?
Because they just have a need at the two guard so much that they trade for Tony Snell.
They do need a wing in the worst way. Chris Middleton got hurt, and they signed Michael Beasley. Yeah, no, Michael Beasley. And so now they made the trade for Tony Snell.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying about Beasley?
It's not good.
He's not good. He's a chucker.
He always gets picked up at the most random times.
Accurate. Well,
yeah,
this Tony Snell for Michael Carter Williams deal was completed on Monday while the Bulls were in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think they're probably talking about it while the game's going on.
Yeah, hey, do you want to take our garbage for your garbage? Let's just make this garbage
I'm about
trade.
to throw this out. Do you want it? They're like, yeah. Do you want this thing? I'm going to throw. I was like, yeah. That's basically how that meeting went.
Yeah, pretty much. Of course, Michael Carter Williams was the Rookie of the Year at one point.
Yeah.
And Tony Snell was the Ghost of the Year. So.
I'll say this: the Bulls. There's a reason Michael Carter Williams is getting traded everywhere all the time, but the Bulls definitely won this trade.
I think so too.
It's with the right coaching. Maybe Carter Williams can be an okay player. Maybe. I don't think Tony Snell has a future at all. He can't shoot or play defense. Carter,
I will say this. Actually, Tony Snell can play a little bit of defense and can shoot a little bit. And I will say, from a positional need perspective, teams want a 3-and-D wing more than a backup point guard nowadays. And Tony Snell probably has more value at this point than Michael Carter Williams, which is kind of weird because Michael Carter Williams was the Rookie of the Year. But Tony Snell, if he could develop, I hate saying, forever, the thing with Tony Snell has been confidence. Where's his confidence? Blah, 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 confidence. Well, I'm going to say it again. If he can develop confidence and shoot a consistent rate and be confident in himself.
Which doesn't seem likely right now.
It does not seem likely. But, moving forward, the Bulls have the following players that can play the point guard position. Rondo, Valentine, Grant, Dinwiddie, Cannon, and now MCW. That's 6 people.
They want a team of point guards. Whole team.
I guess so. They want a team that will have no spacing and no shooting. So what are your thoughts on this deal, Blake, moving forward for the Bulls?
Well, I like Michael Carter Williams. I think he has some good upside. I think the Bucks might have misused him a little bit. He definitely has some problems in his game that need fixing, and I'm not sure that will ever be fixed. I only see him as maybe a 6-man in his career from that here on out. So, the trade was kind of iffy for both sides when, you take a step back and look at it. So, the overall impact isn't that great for either side. So we'll see. We'll see down the line if either of these players pan out.
Yeah, for me, this deal doesn't really make sense in regards to just adding another ball handler. There's already so many guys on this team that want the ball, that need the ball to succeed. And Michael Carter-Williams is definitely one of those people that need the ball in his hands to be good. I think he could be a viable backup option for sure, but he doesn't fit a need of the Bulls, which is shooting and floor spacing. The Bulls have no shooting right now with Michael Carter-Williams. He shoots at a low percentage from three, along with Rondo, Wade, and Butler. I mean, just adding to the problem. He is good on defense. Yep. He's got good length. But I mean, backup wise, he'll probably be the backup point guard, but it's also taking opportunities away from guys like Valentine, Grant, and Dinwiddie. I think the Bulls will probably try to unload one of Grant or Dinwiddie moving forward. Grant hasn't really been extremely impressive this preseason. He looks kind of sporadic with his movements and turns the ball over a lot and doesn't really play into the offense well. It takes him a long time to set up plays on offense. Dinwiddie's been all right, but Cannon for sure has been the most impressive backup point guard option. Valentine, we've only seen one game. He looked good. We'll see more on Thursday when they play the Hawks to close out the preseason. But moving forward, I mean, MCW, I'm not really super high on him. As soon as the Bucks started going to like the point Giannis experiment, he was on the way out. So, I mean, I guess both players needed to change the scenery. Low risk, kind of possibly high reward move for the Bulls. So, who knows?
Yeah, I think both teams were probably like, we're done with this guy. We know he probably isn't going to work out here. Let's see if we can find something. And, you know, both guys, you think like maybe if they reach their potential, they could be solid players, maybe not great players or anything, but, you know, trade from both sides is kind of iffy. It's just kind of meh, you know. I don't think it really adds wins or losses to either side.
It's a mad deal.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to some meatballs here. I only have a group of collective meatballs tonight. That's Cubs Twitter. I love Cubs Twitter, but Cubs Twitter tonight was straight garbage.
Well, here's what when I see people, I always see people complaining about people complaining on Twitter. Like I always see that people are like, everyone needs to calm down, like blah blah blah. Everyone else is the problem, but I never see the people actually complaining. I don't know if this is just me or
complaining everywhere. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like it's more complaining about the people complaining, and I don't see those people.
It's just a lot of like misery. I understand the misery, and sometimes I add to it a little bit, but it's just a lot of pessimism and just a lot of negativity. It's a sad time right now, but tomorrow we could be all on Twitter and all just celebrating because the Cubs won like 9-3 or something like that. So it's.
I think there's like three sports fans. There's the always optimistic sports fan. There's the always pessimistic sports fan, and then there's a guy who's like good at bridging.
It's the realist.
The realist.
I think we're both pretty much.
I think you see a good mix.
That realist side of things.
Yeah, I'd probably say so. I can be a stupid, hopeless optimist every once in a while, but you know, I think we probably end on the middle part of that spectrum rather than to one of the sides.
And I actually thought of another meatball. Kurt Schilling is running for Senate in Massachusetts. So don't vote for Kurt Schilling.
I think he saw the fact that Trump could say whatever he wanted and get away with it, and he was like, I want to do that. I'm just going to run for Senate and like say some messed up stuff and no one can, you know, say otherwise. So yeah, he's an interesting guy.
Any meatballs from you tonight?
I don't know. The Cubs offense,
offense,
I guess.